Rio and your experience of both? Did you enjoy one more than the other?
I can't say I enjoyed like one more than the other. I think I'm probably in quite a fortunate position that I got to experience a home games as well as an away games. Obviously at a home games you've got obviously the crowd that are predominantly backing obviously Team GB. So at London we were playing in front of capacity crowd, so 10,000 people predominantly cheering on Great Britain. You know what I mean? You can sort of imagine like what the noise is like. And then obviously on the other hand, experiencing an away games, obviously getting to travel to an amazing country like Brazil, experience their hospitality, obviously a picturesque setting like Rio and the weather and everything that goes along with that. So I think I'm obviously very fortunate to experience home games as well as an away games.
Yeah. And how did you get on in Rio?
Well, we finished the same in Rio as we done in London, so 5th again, unfortunately. But if I'm being honest, I think we probably acquitted ourselves better in Rio than we did in London. We finished 5th, but we only lost to the overall winners, Australia, by 2 points. We lost to Canada by 1 point in overtime. So if you look at it that way, like that's how close the margins are between winning a medal and no winning a medal.
Fine margins indeed. So tell us now about what you're up to. I know David's asked a question. This will be my final question, then I'll open it out to the audience if anyone's got anything they'd like to ask Mike. So according to David, I believe you've set up the Kerr Foundation, is that correct? Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, just in the process of sorting the Michael Kerr Foundation, which is basically going to be a charity to support people with spinal injuries. Obviously having a spinal injury myself, it's something that I'm quite passionate about. And when I mean supporting, I mean like the things that I would like to do is encourage people with spinal injuries to be more active, to live a more active, healthy lifestyle, to strive to be as independent as possible, but also to bridge the gap between leaving the spinal unit and going home, because I believe that's something that's missing at the moment, and I believe it's quite a big void because a lot of people leave the spinal unit unsure what they're going to do with their life and sort of what their life holds for them in that period, and I believe something needs to be done to bridge that gap because it is a pretty daunting experience, and also just to teach people sort of the life skills that go along with I suppose spending your day-to-day life in a wheelchair. So everything that goes along with I suppose coping with life in a chair, which is a lot different from being able-bodied. So that's the main aim.
Because I imagine that the support there, like you think it's just not there. So people are just turfed out and that's it, off you go, live your life now. It must be really, really challenging.
Yeah, I mean, there is other, obviously, support networks out there, you know what I mean, but I do believe that there is a gap there that needs to be filled, and like I say, if we can help people obviously become more active and more independent, and I suppose living life, because a lot of people when they have sort of such a life-changing accident can go to be just existing rather than living, and I feel in this day and age that that's quite sad, and I think that something needs to be done to change that.
Thank you. Would anyone have a question they'd like to ask Mike? and speak into the microphone or just shout it out.
Will you be doing Tokyo, do you know, Mike?
David asking if Mike's doing Tokyo.
This is the next Paralympics.
At this moment in time, I don't plan to compete in Tokyo. Certainly no with rugby, but I've been trying a bit of athletics, wheelchair racing, so I suppose they all say never. It might happen, but at this moment in time it's certainly no in my plans.
I was just going to ask about your funding for people that are maybe out there that want to get into sort of, you know, the level that you were in or you're in just now. You know, what's out there for people to kind of tap into? You mentioned all the driving that you were having to do. I mean, even the petrol itself must be a huge amount of money.
Yeah, it's a massive expense. So when I first started playing, I had no funding whatsoever. I relied on my family, who were a massive support. I also relied on charitable donations, you know what I mean, right to companies, etc. That were obviously willing to sort of just give me a donation towards my training and stuff. And to give you an idea of sort of the costs, not just the everyday costs that you incur, obviously petrol and that, like you say. So for a wheelchair rugby chair, it'll cost you about £5,500. And that chair needs to be replaced. When you're playing at the elite level, that chair needs to be replaced every 18 months to 2 years. So that's £5,500 every 18 months to 2 years. So it's very expensive.
I suppose there could have come a point at any point when it's just like, well, I can't afford a new chair, so I can't compete.
That does happen. Fortunately, I was quite lucky. I got most of my chairs bought for me through charities, through companies, etc. So I was fortunate that way, but there is people that do struggle. You know what I mean? There is people out there that obviously struggle to renew their chairs and stuff when it needs done. Like I say, I was in a very fortunate position where I managed to get all my chairs bought for me.
Thank you. Anyone else got any questions they'd like to ask? I think I had one final question. Just, I suppose, because the big competitions are a real point in your life that you're looking forward to and motivated and training and keeps you going. And I suppose at the moment you don't, although you have said you potentially will be competing in Tokyo, but without that, do you miss that? Is there other things you find to motivate yourself, or how's that work?
Obviously, like what I'm trying to do with the charity and stuff, that motivates me because, like I said earlier, it's something that I'm really passionate about. Obviously my role with Wellspect as well, working an ambassador role for them, but I miss sport, obviously competing at that high level, because I don't think there's a buzz like it, if I'm being honest. So like I said earlier, competing in front of 10,000 people, do you know what I mean, it's sort of like hairs on the back of your neck, standing on end kind of thing. So I do miss it, but I suppose I still train a lot, you know what I mean, just for, obviously I still play club rugby as well, so I still train for club rugby. I've actually been doing a bit of rowing as well, indoor rowing, just for health and fitness. So I still try and obviously keep my hand in sport that way as well, which helps. Because I've not just completely stopped, but I certainly do miss that buzz of competing at the top level.
If nobody's got anything else that we'd like to ask, I would just like to extend our thanks to Mike. It's been brilliant, really interesting listening to you speak, and thank you very much.